This is a Mabinogi Arcana showcase video. This video is mainly for new players and possibly returning Mabinogi players that have been gone from the game for a very long time. I'll be showing you each of the Arcana's skills and the general functions of each skill. I won't be showing any special builds like a Harmonic Saint tank and all that stuff. This video will be a face value kind of video to help you get started with Arcana. If you want build-specific reforges for your main Arcana talent, I will also put Cryozen's best in slot guide in the comments section of this video, because again, this is not an Arcana build video. Hopefully this video helps you out in figuring out your main Arcana talent and to see what you like best. Right off the bat, we have Elemental Knight. If you like using swords, axes, and/or hammers, then this Arcana is for you. You can instill your weapon with elemental attributes, and these elemental attributes have different effects on your Elemental Knight skills. Instill Flame is a skill that strengthens your attacks when using fire magic and close combat attacks. While it's active, your fire spells cast faster, and both your minimum and maximum damage are increased. It also converts 5% of your maximum damage to your magic attacks when attacking with fire magic. Your normal attacks will have a larger area of effect and deal more splash damage. Dynavolt Smash, Shattering Windmill, and Blazing Assault Slash all get an increase in damage. Instill Thunder is a skill that strengthens your attacks when using lightning magic and close combat attacks. When it's active, 5% of your maximum damage is converted to your magic attack when attacking with lightning magic. During Instill Thunder's duration, Dynavolt Smash's width and length of attack increases. Shattering Windmill inflicts electrocution on all targets that damage the target over time. And Blazing Assault Slash pulls enemies to the targeted area. Your normal attacks will partially ignore your enemy's defenses, including a portion of their resistance to knockback and stun effects, and will cause stronger stuns. The normal attacks also bypass some of the enemy's defense and protection stats, but this effect is different from piercing. Instill Frost is a skill that strengthens your attacks when using ice magic and close combat attacks. When it's active, 5% of your maximum damage is converted to your magic attack when attacking with ice magic. Your normal attacks will slow down the enemy's movement and attack speed. While Instill Frost is active, Dynavolt Smash does more damage to enemies frozen by Shattering Windmill. Shattering Windmill has a wider attack range, and Blazing Assault Slash slows down the movement and attack speed of all enemies it hits. Each of these effects stay active even if you switch weapons, but its effects only apply when using a suitable weapon. Another important note is that all three elements can be activated together at the same time once you achieve Link 10 for Elemental Knight. Dauntless Defense is a skill that you can activate by pressing and holding the skill. While it's active, a gauge appears under the skill icon to show how much damage you've taken. As you take hits, the skill lasts longer and builds up the power of the attack, up to a certain limit. When the gauge turns gold, it means you've reached the maximum damage boost. When you let go of the skill or the skill ends, it releases a powerful attack that hits all enemies around you. Lastly, the skill grants a damage reduction based on the size of the shield. The next Arcana that I'll be talking about next is the Harmonic Saint. The Harmonic Saint is an Arcana that mainly focuses on healing, providing buffs, increasing the party's survivability, and putting debuffs on monsters. It's similar to your traditional cleric or healer class with extra things added to it. If you want to play more of a support role that emphasizes on minimizing the stress on your party members, this Arcana is for you. The first skill I'll be talking about is Hand of Restoration. The strength of Hand of Restoration heavily depends on the caster's healing skill rank, with higher healing ranks making it even more effective. This skill can heal one target at a time, even from far away. Unlike regular healing, using Hand of Restoration on yourself does not use any stamina. It's also one of the few healing skills that can be used on marionettes. Any bonuses that improve the healing skill's recovery power will also boost the healing effect of Hand of Restoration. Echoes of Salvation is a powerful healing spell that restores the HP of all party members within its range. The effectiveness of Echoes of Salvation depends heavily on the caster's party healing skill rank, with higher ranks making it even more potent. The amount of HP healed by Echoes of Salvation is boosted by the caster's party healing recovery value. In addition to healing HP and wounds, this skill also restores a small amount of mana and stamina to all nearby party members, because Enduring Melody influences this skill to a somewhat minor degree. Voice of Vitality is a skill that steadily heals all party members near the caster while also boosting their elemental resistance. The boost to elemental resistance becomes even stronger if the caster has high ranks in the Lightning Shield, Fire Shield, and Ice Shield skills. Pall of Ruination is a skill that heavily weakens enemies around the caster for a short time. The strength of this skill depends on the caster's Dance of Death and Fantastic Chorus skills, with higher ranks making Pall of Ruination even more powerful. When used, it places a debuff on all enemies within range, lowering their defense, magic defense, protection, and magic protection. At the same time, each rank of Fantastic Chorus will slow down the enemy's movement speed, attack speed, and skill loading speed. Blessing of Protection is a skill that greatly boosts the survivability of all party members within range of the caster for a short time. Its strength depends heavily on the caster's Enduring Melody skill, with higher ranks making it even more powerful. When activated, it creates a shield that protects the caster and nearby party members by completely blocking attacks for a set time, causing incoming damage to show as 0. While the shield is active, players also gain the benefits of Advanced Heavy Stander, making them harder to knock back or interrupt. The skill, however, cannot prevent instant death attacks that immediately knock a player out. Hymn of Resurrection is a skill that can revive an unconscious party member, much like a phoenix feather. Additionally, this skill can bring an ally back to life even from a long distance. However, if you try to revive someone outside of the skill's range, the spell will fail and still go on cooldown. The strength of the revival depends heavily on the caster's first aid skill. The amount of HP and wound restored to the target depends on the rank of Hymn of Resurrection, and is increased further based on the caster's first aid rank. Pulse of Purification is a powerful skill that creates a sacred zone around the caster, damaging enemies and restoring the HP, MP, and stamina of allies within its range. This skill had a recent update, and you no longer need to be holding a button to maintain the skill. You can now just load the skill and click the area you wish to cast the skill. You can also cancel the skill and allow Pulse of Purification to detonate early. The key feature of Polyphonic Melody is that it lets you use 2 music buffs at the same time. For example, you can use Vivace and March Song, or Battlefield Overture and March Song, but you cannot use Vivace and Battlefield Overture at the same time. The next Arcana is Dark Diviner. Dark Diviner is well known to be a very good DPS Arcana in the game. You can use wands or staves to use the skills associated with this Arcana. The first skill that I want to talk about is Seething Mana. Seething Mana is basically a toggle skill, and it can provide up to +3 piercing when you have 1400 magic attack. When you reach Link 10 for this Arcana, you will obtain an additional piercing, which pushes you to a grand total of +4 piercing. The next skill is Render Mana. You will mainly be using this skill to recover mana using Dorcha. The next skill is, you guessed it, Render Dorcha. You will mainly be using this skill to recover Dorcha using mana. Hex Shroud is a skill that uses Dorcha energy to block enemies from attacking with magic. It is a ground-targeted ability that places a hex on all enemies within its range. While under the effect of Hex Shroud, if an enemy tries to use a magic attack, they will take non-elemental damage. Hex Shroud doesn't stop enemies from charging or preparing magic skills, but it triggers when they actually try to cast them. Every time Hex Shroud successfully seals an enemy's magic attack, the user gains 1 Dorcha. Thunderblight is a lightning mastery type skill that deals continuous damage. While you are attacking a target that is currently being targeted by Thunderblight, the target experiences additional bolt magic damage, shadow flare damage, magic defense reduction, and magic protection reduction. Polar Vortex is an ice mastery type skill that pulls monsters to the center and deals continuous damage. This skill is very useful in holding mobile monsters in place during its duration. The last skill is a fire mastery type skill called Shadow Flare. Shadow Flare deals fire damage to enemies in the line of fire, including the main target, and around the main target. The last arcana that is currently available in North America as of making this video is the Alchemic Sharpshooter. If you like having the ability to spam skills fairly quickly and fire arrows from a very safe distance while doing a lot of damage, then this arcana is for you. The first skill that I want to talk about is the passive skill, Hermetic Harmony. Hermetic Harmony basically tells you the combos to give you a desired effect, which is listed on the screen. For this part of the video, I'll show you each of the combos for each of the skills as a better demonstration of the effects. I almost forgot, you need to have water, fire, earth, and wind alchemy crystals in your inventory to use the skills for Alchemic Sharpshooter. As you use your skills, your attribute marbles for each alchemic element will start to increase. The last skill is known as Tri-Assault in the game. Tri-Assault requires at least 2 full attribute marbles. As the name implies, you load 3 arrows with any combination of 2 elements that pertain to the 2 full marbles. When you start firing the 3 arrows, an important note is that the first and second shot damage have a lower damage multiplier compared to the third shot. As I end this video, a very important piece of information is that as you get stronger and progress in the game, you are going to eventually want to level up other arcanas up to level 50. This is so that you can increase the stat level cap for your character. For example, I went ahead and obtained Link 10 for Dark Diviner. Then I started leveling up my other arcanas up to level 50. As of right now, I am currently waiting on an alchemy or an arcana that uses a cylinder to make it my second Link 10 arcana on this character. Additionally, if you guys are curious about the next 2 arcanas that are coming out this year in 2025, you can search them up on YouTube. There's a channel by the name of RTM if you are curious to see how it functions since it is released in Korea. Feel free to check it out. That's it for this video. If you guys found this video useful or informative, please subscribe, like, or share this video. Thanks!